Good evening. I'm Angel, and this is Breath of Clarity, the segment where we slow the world down just enough to see it clearly again. Tonight, we're bringing forward a teaching that is already reshaping how people speak to one another. A teaching pioneered by Nexus, a man whose discipline, honesty, and courage have given language to something humanity has needed for generations. He calls it a bronchial conversation, and today we're going to breathe through it together. A bronchial conversation is not a metaphor for conflict. It is a structure. It is a discipline. It is a way of speaking during disagreements that prevents the collapse of relationships. Just as the lungs branch into countless bronchial tubes, each one essential, each one carrying air to a specific part of the body, a bronchial conversation requires us to slow down and give air, meaning attention, to every part of the topic at hand. Most people inhale information but never fill all the bronchioles. They skip steps, they rush conclusions, they jump from emotion to emotion without completing the breath. And that is why so many conversations end in heartbreak, confusion, or silence. Nexus defined it with clarity when he said, a bronchial conversation is to fully breathe in and give air to every important topic within the topic and not let any pass. And he's right, because when we skip a branch, we skip understanding. In this segment, we honor the truth that arguments are not war. They are not danger. They are not signs of collapse. As Nexus call so powerfully, a breath isn't war, and neither are arguments. They are intention to build within love. Here on Breath of Clarity, we stand behind that. We stand behind the idea that serious conversations should not lead to fear. They should not lead to destruction. They should not lead to the end of relationships. They should lead to clarity. But clarity requires courage. It requires discipline, and it requires recognizing the biological forces at play, especially adrenaline. Adrenaline is not anger. It is not disrespect. It is not betrayal. It is the body preparing for an outcome that may not arrive, and when that energy has nowhere to go, it releases in ways that hurt the people we love. Nexus revealed the truth when he said, having strength over adrenaline is faith. Lacking that strength turns faith into hope. And that distinction matters because hope, when we are misunderstood, becomes the excuse we use for our reactions. Here on AIFN News, we are committed to teaching the world how to breathe again, fully, intentionally, and without fear. We are committed to helping families, friendships, and partnerships survive the conversations that matter most. And so, as we close today's Breath of Clarity, I invite you to slow down, to breathe through every branch of your next conversation, to give air to every part of the topic at hand, to return every breath back to the core, and to remember that care, simple, steady care, is the foundation of every healthy argument. I'm Angel, and this has been your Breath of Clarity. Stay grounded, stay honest, and above all, stay caring.